Hi everyone, it's Casey. I'm coming to you from my home easel, and I wanted to go over how to transfer your stencil in case you have never done one before. So I thought I'd go over it with you really quick. So here's our painting or creating, and we can put our 250 in the center of it if you like, and I'm assuming some will and some won't. And so I wanted to go over both ways. And so here's our reference stencil. So when you sign up for this class, what you're going to get is you're going to get your downloadable stencils, the ones that we have to print and transfer on here. And there's a reference stencil to show you how to put it together. Okay, so this is your reference stencil. It all fits on one page. This is how to look at your stencil to put into like a puzzle, you know. And so your stencil is going to print out onto 3 pages, and you're going to have dotted lines you need to cut across. You're going to have this outline, side line you need to cut across, and here, and then we're going to piece it all together. I'm only going to cut one with you. I cut the other 2 ahead of time so you don't have to watch my wonderful cutting skills the whole time. So I have the top here, and I have the bottom piece here. This is a long canvas, so it doesn't all fit on here at one, you know, for you to see everything. And so the top and bottom are cut out. So let me cut this one with you. You're going to cut all of them like this. So when you have the double line, you're going to cut outside of that. You know, some people's canvases don't have a curved edge, some do. But as long as it's even on both sides, it doesn't really matter if it's like on the first line or second line. This dotted line, or where your 3 pages, like this will meet up where the dotted line is with the piece in the middle. Okay, I mean the piece at the top. All right, this piece down here, since this is our middle of the stencil, it's going to connect with the one on the bottom. All right, so this will connect right here. Okay, I know I don't have beautiful cutting skills. And so, and then this one is going to be the left side. Okay, left side, let me get in there. See, not a good cut, not a good cut. All right, so we have our reference stencil here. So the first one is going to be this one. That's the very first one. You don't have to draw the 250 in there. If you want the 250, you can always put it on after your canvas is dry, or you can put it on, draw it on now. Okay, I'm just gonna tape this up here. I have a spinal cord injury, and that's why I don't paint and do things straight down. So you're better off to do this on a flat, you know, a flat area. All right, but of course this is how I do it. So I'm gonna match this, you know, right here. I'm gonna tape it on both sides. Okay, both sides. I'm gonna get that a little closer there. Okay, and then I have my last piece. I'm gonna tape it together as well. Okay, so we're going to line that up. Line your lines up on the sides. Do you see that? And so what's really important is right there by those letters, we want to tape together. Okay, so we have our tape, and get this together. All right, so next what you want to do, so that matches your reference stencil. Okay, so you always want to put together your stencil based on your reference stencil. All right, so we're done with scissors. I'm also going to take this off. So I'm just taping it up there so you can see it all together. And we're going to put our carbon paper right, and we need white carbon paper. You can get it on Amazon. This is the white carbon paper. It comes like a pack of 20. You can get it at Amazon. You could probably get this also, I don't know if you can get this at a Target or something like that, but I'm sure you can get it at a few other places. I'm just not thinking of it right now. And so I have 2 pages of it. They're 8.5 by 11. What I want you to do is you need to put the gritty side down. I have paint on my nails. Sorry about that. Gritty side down. So there is a gritty side. If you don't have the gritty side down, it's not going to transfer anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you'll be laying this flat. You wouldn't need to tape it, but it is a good idea to like tape your stencil in place so it doesn't move on you. You know, that is a good idea. You can overlap this. It will still transfer through. All right, so I have this here. All right, and then I'm going to carefully place my stencil on top of this. All right, so we have the stencil, we have the carbon paper with the gritty side facing down. All right, and then we are going to put our, we're going to center this. All right, so I'm going to center it. Move it over a bit. Center, center. So about right here. And so this you might want to tape down so it doesn't move much on you. So you can just, you know, peel. You can use painter's tape, like that duct tape, something like that. Okay. All right. So I have this here. So next you just need any ballpoint pen. All right. Any ballpoint pen. And then you are going to start tracing. Okay. So just lightly go. Well, you have to press hard enough so it goes through. All right. It doesn't have to be like so exact. I kind of like this pen better. I'm going to this one. That one has like a really skinny tip. I'm afraid I'll like tear the paper. And so, and then you could keep this if you're going to make more than one. Say you're going to make, you know, a gift. Look, it's not perfect, but I know like with my paint, you know, I'm going to make that all better. So it's totally fine. I'm trying not to lean in the camera because it's like, I don't usually draw with a pen on my easel. I'm a few feet back, so I'm not going to be tracing this most beautiful way. I made the stencil. I'm a little steadier, whatever. I don't have to be so far from it. Okay, rest your hand down on your canvas. All right, rest your hand. And if this is flat, you can always turn it so you have the best angle, so you're most comfortable. But see how my hand's on my canvas? And when you paint with us, you're going to learn that you're going to rest your hand like that when you're painting too, so you can steady yourself. I have a very extensive spinal cord injury, so the more I do in a day, the more I shake. But I can always show you how to steady your hand to paint. Maybe not so much with a pen from a distance, but I can help you steady your hand to paint. Okay, so I'm going to go around my circle. Don't worry, we can correct any of this with paint if it is a little out of whack. I don't want you to be stressed about that. Don't be stressed. This is all fixable. You can cover it. If you want the numbers and want to have an idea where they are instead of tracing them after we're done painting. If you can put them on after we're done painting, I think that's, you know, that'll be helpful to you. So I'm just going to trace my lettering. I'm going backwards. I'm used to doing letters backwards because I'm left-handed. And so I always start from like right to left and it looks crazy, but that's so I don't put my hand in the paint when I'm painting letters. Most people, like when they're signing something or they're adding words to a painting, they'll use a paint pen. But I prefer to do it with my paintbrush. And so I always go right to left. These are going to be like a little thicker, so it's okay if it's a tad wonky. Make sure you can see all that. I'm going to stick pretty close down here though. Okay, so there you have it. And then voila, you have your transfer. I'm going to pull this off. Now we draw our canvases with a Luma projector that we project right down onto it. But it's just because we have so many to do between the studio and online. So there you have it. You have your stencil.